Governor-elect Scott recently warned teacher unions and education advocates essentially that the education reform legislative express was leaving the station. And he actually invited them to get on board, give him input now, and he kind of warned them too that if they didn't, something might happen. In other words, something is going to happen this year, he's predicting, in terms of education reform. What are you hearing?
Actually, I think this is one area where we will see dramatic change more quickly than in some of these other tug and pull areas. And part of the reason is that the teachers union does not have the clout that it needs in the legislature, and the legislature wants reform, and they've been dying to do this. The last thing that Charlie Crist did, and one of the most antagonizing things he did to the legislature, was veto a bill that allowed for elimination of teacher tenure and more merit pay for teachers. And the structure of that is likely to come back. It may be modified some, where it gets rid of some of the flaws in the previous legislation, but we're definitely going to see that. The other thing Rick Scott has talked about is vouchers for all, and I think he would like to see that there's some incentive.
Talk about that in a little more detail. When you say vouchers for all, what does that really mean?
Well, the idea is that every student gets the amount of money that that it costs to send them to school, and they can go to any school of their choice. And it would basically be an invitation to go to any private school. The fact is that is very hard to implement. First of all, we have a structure in place. We have an infrastructure of teachers and schools, and you give vouchers to everybody, and you think they can all flock to the small percentage of private schools in Florida. It's not possible. But the idea that that's a threat to the teachers' unions and to the organized school districts is what he wants to incite. And I think that what we are likely to see is really some just shuffling of the resources. And let's see if we can use what we have in a different way. We're not going to see a lot more money going to education.